Hey y'all, I hope you're having a fantastic day. Thank you so much for joining me. Today's video is just going to be about Xolair. I went back and I watched a bunch of my other Xolair videos, and I feel like I have a much better handle on what's been going on, at least in my body. This is obviously not the same for everybody, and it's not meant to replace medical advice or anything else. Please do talk to your physician, obviously, if you have questions about Xolair, but I do hope me sharing my journey helps somebody out there to have some peace of mind or to kind of know what to expect with this injection, because like I've said before, I really felt alone when I began Xolair, and I wasn't really sure what to expect, and what I was told to expect was not the same as what had happened. I was told this was going to be super easy, absolutely no side effects, one of the easiest meds I've ever been on, and that was not the case for me personally. So this is, I believe, my 8th injection, which seems absolutely insane, guys. Like, seriously, I can't believe that I've had that many. And as my body's adjusted to it, things have calmed down, and it is easier now to see, okay, like what's Xolair related and what's just my body being a little bit crazy. So about a week before I get Xolair, I start to not feel absolutely amazing. One of the things that I have noticed is my shower reactions get really bad. I've been reacting to showering since the fall, so I spread out my showers, and this time I actually had to spread them out. I don't remember why, but it was like several days where I didn't shower and then I showered, and that shower I had such a terrible allergic reaction. I got hives, I had trouble breathing, I kept taking my inhaler, and then it was helping, but it wasn't helping enough, so I ended up needing to take it a total of 3 puffs, which I usually only need 1 or 2 like after that allergic reaction, especially recently. So that one was pretty bad. And the throat tightness just hung around a little bit longer than I was comfortable with. And then in addition to that, like the week before, off and on, I got like a lot of these other symptoms, which is extreme itching. I had a severe allergic reaction this time actually to crackers. I'm not really sure what it was in them, but I had extreme abdominal pain, doubling over, nausea, and rashes. And then of course I get random rashes which range from mild to moderate right before Xolair, and then I do get hives, of course, off and on. I noticed this time, and I need to really keep track of this, I'm not positive if this is 100% like my mast cell, but I had a really runny and stuffy nose. I don't usually notice that I'm aware of. Like, I don't remember that before, but I have really bad brain fog. So I also have really itchy eyes right before, a lot of sores in my mouth, a sore throat, and trouble, of course, with thinking. The brain fog just gets worse, and it is kind of different. I've been noticing, like, after Xolair, my brain fog just seems different. It's really hard, though, to put into words how it's different, which doesn't really help. And then, so I got my injection Thursday morning. Thankfully, sometimes I have trouble sleeping the night before, so thankfully I was able to sleep the night before, and that's always super helpful. And then during my injection, right away, as soon as like the needle went in, I had the flank pain right in the back of my kidneys, and severe back pain. Like, oh my gosh. The fatigue picked up within, I would say 15 to 45 minutes. And then increased pain, of course. I got really dizzy, which I've been getting. And then my BP, my blood pressure spiked, then it dropped, then it spiked again. But I was thankfully able to get in a bag of saline, a bag of fluids, and I do feel like personally it's a part of my treatment plan for my POTS, but I do feel like my fluids help like my body to like kind of like process Xolair and kind of like get the medicine to move and get it where it needs to go, because I do have really bad blood pooling, so when I'm getting the fluids I tend to feel better quicker, so that's always really nice. Initially, I got really hungry, and then I would get like really nauseous, and then I'd get hungry again. So like that's like really annoying because you don't really know what to do, and it's like you eat and then like you're like, why did I eat? So more often than not, I do shake during my injections. I have like these little muscle shakes during them, usually in the back or the arms, sometimes the legs. This time the shaking wasn't like intense shaking, but it was like a little bit there. I have noticed though, I do bounce back a lot faster than I was in the beginning. In the beginning, I was down for at least 10 to 14 days, like where I didn't feel up to really doing anything, and it was just really difficult. So I'm really blessed that, you know, I'm bouncing back a lot quicker. So the day after, I still endure a lot of like the Xolair hangover stuff. That is a real thing if you have heard of it. It's not made up. And I'm gonna explain a little bit like what happens like during that. I definitely need to rest a lot after Xolair. So and this is the thing, sometimes I'm able to sleep and other times I'm not. So if I'm going through not sleeping, it's just an absolute nightmare, to be honest with you. But if I'm able to sleep, I tend to need closer to 12 hours of sleep, and then in the morning I still need to rest for quite a few hours before like doing anything. This morning though, I got really lucky. I slept till going to 10, and then I was able to kind of just rest, and then like by 12-ish do this video. So that's pretty quick for me with Xolair just happening a couple days ago. So eating, I have noticed, is more painful, but I do feel hungry, like I said, still off and on. I do want to mention, leading up to Xolair, I was feeling like I needed my Remicade a lot, like a lot of abdominal issues, abdominal pain, bloating, the swelling, and just a lot of nausea, discomfort with eating or pain, doubling over. So I had all that leading up. That has not subsided yet. I'm starting to think that Xolair is playing a role in getting my stomach to calm down some. My arms and legs get extremely heavy right after Xolair. Lifting either of them is a major issue. It's hard for me to like lift my arms above a certain point. It's hard for me to walk. The stairs are really, really hard again. And there's a lot of pain. My pain levels like go up drastically right after Xolair, and it takes a little bit of time for them like to kind of level out and come back down to normal. And of course, like I said, I have a lot of difficulties with thinking, with brain fog, with focusing. I've noticed this time, and of course I have this tumor to consider, but I know that it's at least aggravating the tumor, the Xolair, in my opinion, because afterwards I do get a lot of anxiety. I feel overwhelmed easily. I get irritated more easily. So a lot of like the emotional side effects, I'm not really sure if they're 100% Xolair or if those are like just Xolair ticking off the tumor. So that's kind of what I was able to gather from different videos and different like notes that I had laying around. I do hope that you find this helpful. Please let me know what you think in the comments of this video. Did you find it helpful? Did you like the way that this video is done? If you have any questions about Xolair, please leave them below. I am working on getting that other video up about Xolair, just in general, like what is Xolair, what is it used for, all that like nitty-gritty generalization type stuff. So please make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you guys soon. Bye.